Hey everyone, welcome to the Mobile User Acquisition Show. In the Mobile User Acquisition Show, we talk about how to use mobile user acquisition strategies to grow your app quickly and capital efficiently. The Mobile User Acquisition Show is presented by me, Shamant Rao, mobile growth leader and founder and CEO of the mobile growth consulting firm Rocketship HQ. Each episode includes strategies, tips, and pointers from the leading edge of mobile user acquisition that you can use to unlock tremendous growth for your app in a sustainable and capital efficient manner. As marketers speculate as to what UA will look like in a post-IDFA world, there may be clues in the past as to what the future might hold. It's worthwhile to look at this via an example. Right now, for some of the whale-driven games that we are working on, we oftentimes bid over $20 for an install on Facebook's value-optimized campaigns to get the highest value users. These campaigns oftentimes have CPMs of over $100 on Facebook's audience network. Now, these might have seemed like astronomical bids even a few years ago, and these certainly would be astronomical bids on other networks. We're comfortable bidding these amounts because we know that Facebook's value optimization, with its laser precise targeting, ensures that we have a very high probability of getting high value users that will be ROI positive with these bids. Right? You have fewer users, but these users have a very high probability of turning into payers. Now, without an IDFA, Facebook is no longer able to identify with this sort of precision as to who the highest value users are. Facebook is not able to optimize for these sorts of users. What might that world look like? This does not have to be a hypothetical exercise because there was a time before lookalikes and event optimized campaigns. There may be clues to the future of some of our experiences if we look back to before 2016. Because this was when Facebook's AEO or event optimized campaigns were introduced. Sometimes I find it hard to believe that it feels so recent that these changes have happened. Anyway, what did we do before AEO? We just optimized for installs, even for the most whale-driven games. We bid for installs, and we knew that some percentage of these installs would translate into payers, and some percentage of those payers would be whales or high-value payers. Right? We trusted that math to back out when we targeted wider audiences on Facebook and just bid for installs. We did that exact same thing on ad networks, right, or on Google for that matter, right? We just went after wide audiences or lookalikes for that matter, but we just said, look, let's optimize for installs. We know that the numbers will back out. We did this not because we didn't want to optimize for purchases, not because we didn't want high value purchases, but just because the technology at the time didn't have the ability to optimize for purchases or post-install events at the time. Now, it's also worth noting that this paradigm isn't just a world of the past. It's still present in today's world. If you look at networks like TikTok or Snap that have CPMs that are a fraction of what Facebook has. That's just because they don't have a purchaser graph that's as strong or powerful as Facebook's. They are going after wide audiences and optimizing for lowest cost installs for the most part. Right? And again, they do have some form of downstream event optimization. These are widely acknowledged to be nowhere as powerful as Facebook's. So the wide audience, lowest cost install model or paradigm is what is the most prevalent on these platforms. In these platforms like Snap and TikTok, just like in Facebook pre-2016, the fact that you couldn't laser target high value players didn't kill you, and it doesn't kill you even now. So in a post-IDFA world, rather than bid $20 for a high value user on this whale-driven game, our speculation is that we will just bid $3 for an average user, with the understanding that some average users will turn into payers. We don't have to pay a premium for those guys just because they will get averaged out when we pay for an average user. Certainly the math will change, The way we target and measure performance will change. However, when we bid for an average user, the viability of UA in and of itself might not change all that much, just because the market for impressions will normalize to reflect the new reality, just as it did in the past, just as it does for Snap and TikTok today. UA continued back then, pre-2016, and we definitely do think it will continue going forward. And we just think that CPMs and CPIs will adjust to mirror a world without any sort of hyper precise targeting.
For more tips, pointers, and strategies from the leading edge of mobile user acquisition, subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, or check out our blog, rocketship.hq.com/blog.